guest that we have on today. I know I've been saying this every day, but this guest is a special one. The reason why I say that is a few things. If you're following me online, you've heard a little snippet about her and our story of how we met online. But more specifically, the guests that we've had on board thus far this week have been primarily entrepreneurs who have a digital presence. They're in the marketing space, coaching, consulting, etc. Well, this particular guest works with inventors. So this is a very, very unique and amazing guest that we have on here. And as we're queuing her up right now, we're having the wonderful Donteacia Seymore. And as we're queuing her up, I just want to share with you guys a quick story. So she and we met in person at a mastermind in San Diego. And Donteacia was amazing. I mean, her energy just filled up the room. But more specifically, I love the fact that she was one of a kind. I've never met anyone who worked with inventors, inventions, actually saying, yo, that's actually a thing. It's not like this little, I don't know, made up world on Shark Tank type of thing, but actually to meet someone who actually works in that space. So I'm not going to, ruin the rest of the introduction. I'll have Donteacia introduce herself. So guys, those of you guys who are watching this live or on the replay, let's welcome Donteacia.
Hey, I like to wave. I'm a waver. I'll use my hands on waver. Hello, everyone. So, as Monique said, I call her Mo, so I might call her Mo throughout this. I'm Donteacia Seymore, Chief Inventor and Founder of Creation Nation, and she's right. We met in person for the first time after being introduced briefly online for like a week, maybe. And then like right after that, flew out to San Diego for a mastermind and met her in person. So we met in person officially. We met officially for the first time in person. So yeah, that's kind of different in this world.
Yes, most definitely. So Donteacia, can you just give us a little bit about, even though I've kind of introduced you, but not, can you just let us know exactly what you do and also what Creation Nation is?
Absolutely. So, as you stated, so I'm an inventor. I actually invented a product about 7 years ago, brought it to market, launched it, brought it to market, eventually sold a patent, and then went off on my merry little way to live my life traveling abroad with my daughter. When I was hit up all the time from people asking how I was able to build my products and how I can help them build theirs. And so I kind of started off as like a little one-off consultations around invention, and it kind of snowballed into an entire business around it. Now, before that, I was in business strategy. I did have my own business strategy consulting firm pre-product in the political and fundraising space. So I was already a business owner, and the clients that I had before I pivoted to 100% inventors back in 2017. The clients I had from 2012 into 2017 were mostly your larger corporations, your super PACs, your nonprofits, people who were raising money for different issues, different issues, different events. And so I had experience on the business consulting side, and my business was already virtual per se, because I was out of the country. And so I was doing meetings virtually online. But innovation virtually is a whole other beast, because I am not helping service people with strategy and messaging. I was now helping people build physical products that they had to hold in their hand. And that created an entirely new challenge when you are remote. So, hello, new world. Right?
Yeah, innovation is key. I mean, and then in your world, inventions and things like that, a lot of us, we hear about inventors growing up and say, hey, this person invented that for you and da da da. But to see that in the modern space in this day and age with the technology and everything that's going on, it's truly amazing. Like I said, when I first met you in San Diego, I was just like, oh, that is dope right there.
I definitely felt like an outsider when I walked in the room. I was late that first day. I was late because the beds were so comfortable at the hotel. And so I was a little tardy for the first day for the party, because I wasn't in the house originally. And so I was a little late. So I walked in, should have been earlier to meet everybody and have breakfast, but I showed up late, and was introduced to the world of internet marketing and how to market your business online, which was important because at the time I was living in Mexico. So I wasn't even living in the United States. My decision to fly to San Diego happened 48 hours in advance. And I bought a plane ticket, which, as you can imagine, probably stopped me at TSA from Mexico to California last minute. That was fun. And showed up in San Diego.
Wow. Okay, that I didn't know that part about the story, but okay, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made the decision 48 hours for us to meet in person because I feel like a lot has taken off for you, for us in general, and that's the whole point of doing masterminds and things like that. And so, as you know, you guys, what I've said about this throughout this whole success series is that we're having business veterans, and meaning people who've been in business for over a year. As we know in the United States, like there's so many businesses that have to close up shop within the very first year. And having Donteacia on today was very strategic in this week because it's kind of flipping the script on what we're used to, especially if you're someone who's familiar with the online space or is an online business veteran, but to introduce you guys to someone who deals a lot with actual physical products, and also being on the offline space, and then just generally speaking with invention. So with that said, Donteacia, based on your experience, even as a consultant, a strategist rather, why should a business or inventor or such as yourself use video in their business?
So, what's funny is I tell all of our clients that we're actually an offline business that just happens to be online.
Okay.
Right? Because everyone we deal with offline. All of our engineers, our prototyping companies, our manufacturers, they're all offline. But the way we communicate with them is via video. The way I communicate with my clients every week is via video. The way I communicate with people in our group, Creation Nation, is via video. Because we don't have a physical office, and because you know me, I travel all the time. You never know where I am at any given moment. I'm somewhere in a country getting a passport stamp, right? Because I like the freedom to move and to be remote and to kind of do what I want in terms of how my life flows, video is literally the only way for me to connect with an industry that probably has the most paranoid clients in the world. Inventors are the most paranoid people you will ever meet because everybody thinks somebody's going to steal their $1,000,000 idea. Everybody. So you can imagine if I was just like, I didn't have video and I just had a website up, right? And it was like, hey, trust me, help you build your invention idea and give me all this money. And I promise I won't steal your idea. And I promise we'll help you build it. But you never see me because I don't have a physical location, right? The only way you're going to know me, like me, and trust me is via video. And there's one thing we didn't mention, Mo. When I made the decision to come to California, you had posted, I think it was the top of the year, you posted like all the things that you should have if you're starting to market via video. And it was like this camera, this Logitech, this microphone that I currently have. And I ordered it. And remember, I had it delivered to the mansion in California from Amazon because Amazon Mexico was going to charge me like 5 times more. So I ordered it and had it delivered to the mansion.
That's right.
Diego to bring back with me to Mexico.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. And we took a whole, like, we actually went live about it as you unboxed it. And I don't know how that slipped my mind. Yep. And I'm using that microphone right now. So I love it.
And the camera. Unfortunately, I got all these windows in here. I mean, it's not unfortunately. However, I have all these windows, so the lighting's a little weird. Into the light. Hello, people. You can see me better.
Yeah. That actually that is the best setting. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. So thank you for reminding me of that. And you kind of given us an idea as to how you utilize it. Do you have ways, or do you see like your current clients utilizing video to, I don't know, get the word out about their product or, stuff like that?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I actually implore them to do, encourage, bully is a better word, them to do is to do Facebook Live videos to talk about their products as they're going through each step of the process. And so because they're paranoid, right? I know they're paranoid. We don't actually ask them to actually tell people exactly what it is. Just to kind of get people excited and to get them to buy in, we say, hey, go live. Or when they get their patent letter, it's like take a video, like a boomerang video, showing your patent letter, showing that there's some action. And then go live like every so often to talk about this exciting thing that you're creating, this problem that you have, the solution that you have. And we've actually had clients pre-sell thousands of dollars worth of merchandise before they even had the finished prototype because they were going live like every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Just talking about it. They'd be live for 20 minutes. And then because they have the support of the entire community of inventors, they'd be on the live, right? They tag me in it, and then all their friends and family, and then everyone would share it. And they'd have 1,000, 2,000 views on these videos. So when Shiva launched her Kickstarter campaign to raise $15,000 to do manufacturing for her product, because she had been going live, she actually met her $15,000 goal. Right. And so I was like, yo, listen, if you want to get people engaged, if you want to get them invested, they want to say they knew you when you had this idea before it became this $1 million product that they saw on their shelves. So you want to get them engaged and get them to buy in by doing these Facebook Live videos so that they can kind of start to feel what you feel about this product. So, yeah, I use it, but they use it also.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you share that because, you know, I'm a Shark Tank fan. So, you know, one of the initial questions they always ask you, Mr. Wonderful, whoever, they'll say, you know, have you sold anything yet? And it's like, you know, they want to make sure like this is a proven or validated, I guess, like idea or, you know, to prove that you actually are able to sell. And I remember like some people who've been on there, they will say, oh, yeah, we went live or we did these videos or we got a certain, you know, pre-sale amount because of having an e-commerce store and utilizing video or social media to help get those initial buyers. And I love the fact that you mentioned how people want to say, oh, I knew him or her before they made it big. And it's just like we're brands. People relate more to some sort of face or even if it's a character or mascot than just a logo or a thing or invention. It's great to have some sort of connection or way for people to connect with you.
It's also important because you want to get people to, in our case, imagine themselves using the product. Right. So when I did my Kickstarter campaign 6 years ago, I had pictures initially. Right. And then we did a video of me actually using the product and someone else in the gym actually using the product. And so it's one thing to say, if you put this glove on and you slide your phone in, you'll still have access to it. It's another thing for me to be lifting weights, for me to be on a treadmill, for someone to be doing pull-ups, wearing the products on video, because now these other people can imagine themselves with using that product, right? And so it was when we incorporated video, and this was back in 2013, 2014. So this is before video started to take on the life that it's taken on now. It still had that kind of impact back then, and it has even more impact now because everyone's so used to watching videos to where not everyone's hungry for a video. They're like, show me how to do it, right? Like I go straight to YouTube. I'm like, how do I do this? I Google it and it'll tell me. I'm like, where's the 2-minute video? Show me the 2-minute video doing this thing so that I can do this thing like Instapot. I don't know what I'm going to cook in this Instapot. I see the recipe book. None of this makes sense. I went and watched 3 Instapot videos yesterday on YouTube, and now I'm like, okay, I know what we're going to eat next week, right?
Right.
It's like, show me how to make the rice in the Instapot. I need to see it. So video is important. It's how we live now. It's how we do everything.
Exactly. And, you know, based on the tribe. So another reason why I had Donteacia come on here is like she has an amazing tribe, especially online in a Facebook group called Creation Nation. And could you just mind sharing with us how you've been utilizing video to help grow that tribe I know a couple times you'll say, Monique, I just went live and, you know, they just signed up for my new offer. So having like these kind of like responsive, loyal, but more importantly, customer type of tribe that you've built and utilizing the amazing medium of video to do so.
So what's interesting about and sad about me, right, is my inconsistency when it comes to engaging my Facebook group. I'm gonna keep it 100. Definitely inconsistent, right? However, every time I go live, every time I post a video, the engagement shoots back up. So I can go silent for like 2 months because we're busy working and we're offline, and it's really easy for me to forget to engage them, which now we have people who will be helping to engage now that we're Creation Nation. But it's like if I could go silent for 2 months and the minute I hit live, it's like 40 people watching and they're like, ooh, what you talking about? We want to know. We want some of what you have. And so it doesn't matter. Every time I get in front of a video to talk about something, people are interested, especially if I'm talking about something that's personal, right? Because people want to be able to connect with you. And then how I can take that personal message and turn it into future pace that for them. It's like, here's what I've been through, and here's a lesson that I learned as a result of the things that I've been through. And I know that if I'm going through this with the things in my life, you're probably dealing with the same things. But here's what you need to do now if you want to go on this new journey, right? And so it's like I'm not even selling a product as much as I am selling the future and how to take the journey in a different way and how to overcome those obstacles. And just video is really, I mean, you can type it because I do type it also, right? I type it up and I also do video, and people like it. And a few people will comment. But when I do video, like I'll come back and I'll have like 200 comments, right? Because people are really, they're like, oh man, yeah, that happened to me yesterday. Or, I feel the same way. It's the holidays. I'm feeling really lonely. And, there's all these products out there on the shelves and I'm feeling like I failed myself by not having my products out there, this holiday season. And I'm talking about how I missed the first holiday season in my business. Because I did. I had some manufacturing issues. We got the product the Monday before Black Friday. It was all wrong. We had to ship it back. We didn't get the product back until January 2nd. So we missed the entire holiday season. So being able to get on video and say, hey guys, let me tell you about the first year I missed the holiday season and how I felt and why I'll never let that happen again. That then moves them to be like, oh man, it does suck that I missed making money this holiday season. I'm not letting that happen next holiday, right? But that doesn't translate as well when I'm typing up that message versus when I'm getting on video and having a conversation.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
And just from what you just shared, because I didn't fully know the answer, I see why, even if you go through, phases of not being fully engaged, why they love you so much. Because a couple things. Number one is storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you're being vulnerable. Number three, it's not always you saying, oh, look at me, or only the positive. You show the not so positive side. Like you're keeping it real, literally. And to show people, and as a result, people trust you more. Because it's like, oh, if she's willing to say and admit that she messed up this way or something didn't work out right, I know she's going to definitely be fully present when it's time to do an offer. Or I'm pretty sure when you've done some of these videos, people are probably like, what is she offering? Like, what are you selling? Or how can I work with you?
I posted the video because we just changed the name to Creation Nation January 1st. We used to be Before the Tank. It was a play on Shark Tank, right? Because again, like you said, all these people don't know what to do. They all want to get on Shark Tank. My mentor is actually one of the sharks on Shark Tank. And so Before the Tank just made sense, or Life Before the Tank just made sense as a name, because there were so many things they needed to do in this process before they were ever ready for a Shark Tank. But we changed it to Creation Nation because we have inventors and innovators. Not all of our people end up being inventors. Some of their products are not patentable. And so in order to be more inclusive of those ideas where you can still make $2 and $3 and $4 million, but it not be an actual invention, we wanted to be inclusive and make them feel like they're as much a part of the family as everyone else, which is why we changed the name to Creation Nation, because we're all creating something, right? And so when I put that video up about Creation Nation, no lie, like there's someone that was in my DM this morning, like, hey, I watched your video from 2 days ago. I would love to be in your program. Like, where do I sign up? Like, how much is it? And because now our pricing point is like straightforward. I told him, and he was like, can you call me and, we can take the payment or whatever. So if he wanted to do it a full pay, and that was just from that 5-minute video I posted 4 days ago or 3, like Monday. And it wasn't even content. it was just like, here's my vision. My vision is to help 1 million inventors and innovators bring their product to market. And so we've done some incredible and amazing things to make it more affordable and to reach more people. And we want you as a part of our nation. Just, we want you as a part of our nation was enough for someone to be like, she's talking to me.
Yeah.
She's talking to me, and to hit me up.
And that was beautiful. Actually, I did watch your video. I was all excited. I was like, oh, yay, Donteacia. And basically, you're doing what I like advise my students as far as stating your why. Like, you putting that video and the fact that you said you wanted to help 1 million people, like, that is your why. And again, it's another way for people to connect with you, see that you're being authentic and wanting that connection and just wanting to be able to work with you and be in your space, because they know, like, you're being authentic, you're showing up, and just the mere fact that you want to help people is making you even more approachable, and why people would want to invest their time and money with you.
So here's the thing. I will say, while I'm not as active as I could be in my Facebook group, I do have a ton of content videos, right? So it's not like they're just in a group. Like, if you're in there, there's at least 60 videos you can watch, right, that I've done. And so then we started to do another 100, and we're 11 into the new 100 videos. And so I do video content in like spurts, if I'm just being honest, because what we do is so technical. Sometimes, like, the content isn't as important as the implementation. And so I'll just promote other, older videos. Like, right now, if you are interested in building an invention, if you're watching this, you typed on my name, you're going to get targeted now. You typed on my page, you're going to get targeted now. But we currently have 6 content videos right now that we are running Facebook ads to. So I'm running video view content right now where we're getting 2,000 views a day on our content videos where we're not selling anything. And then I'm going to retarget those people into the webinar, right, when we sell the training. And so even if I'm not live, my videos are always in front of someone. And so, like, that's important too, like how to use video without you having to physically be present to use video. And so I'm using it both live and both automated. Yeah.
I love that you share that. In fact, I will say you're the first guest, at least for this week, to mention that. We all have our different fears. Everyone from, like, not liking how they look on the camera. So, we talked about sharing your screen, or doing things where it's like you only have access to the video, so you can get at least acclimated with going live or doing video, and get familiar with the bells and whistles. But I love the fact that you said, how can I leverage video where I don't physically necessarily have to be there, make it evergreen, and make it work for you? And, a lot of times people kind of shy away with the whole, paid traffic. Oh, that means I'm dumping money out, or it's not working for me, or, et cetera, et cetera. Well, for one, I will say this. Video ads are the cheapest form on any platform. So any guys who are watching this live or on the replay, if you want to get started with paid traffic, start with video, because it'll be the cheapest form for you. And then lastly, I like how you're saying, you're giving people content, right? Giving them content stuff, then you're going to retarget them. And then, sorry, come in, trying to block it.
It's okay.
The whole thing about live video, utilizing it to do that. So my question to you is, what made you, what put that thinking cap on for you to do that?
Oh, that's such a sensitive subject. No, so the thing about video content, I had an amazing, brilliant Facebook ad manager. And so he used to be on me all the time about adding videos, video content to my paid advertising. For the first 2 years of my business, I actually didn't use video. I used a static image, same audience, but because I'm in a space where I am an anomaly, I got a lot of great traffic and a lot of great clients, right? And my ROI was really high, and so I was like, I don't really need video. And then I did a video ad. Just to appease him, I did a video ad. And the costs went down, like you said, drastically. And so we stopped running ads, and we stopped actually taking on clients the last 2 months of last year because we were changing all of our programming, everything over to prepare for Creation Nation. And I happened to see a video that he did, an interview he did last week, where he mentioned, hey, run content videos if you're trying to figure out how to re-engage. And I realized I did all those videos last quarter. And so I was like, I got these videos already done. Let me just run content to it. And I'm getting like video views for a penny, right? Less than a penny. Like we're getting people to watch 25, 50% of the video for less than 50 cents. And so we're like, if they go into our actual webinar or training where we're selling the product, we're going to get them to register it for like $2 when we retarget them versus $8 or more, right? And so the ROI comes down because now I'm an authority. I've asserted myself as an authority in the industry by giving them content that they haven't gotten from anywhere else. I'm a regular person, so now they relate to me as a regular human being, and they're like, "Oh, she's a regular person that has done this thing, right?" And I could pretty much answer any question anyone has about this industry, and if they Google, and so now they're going to Google me, right? Because they see me, they see the video, they see all this stuff, and then people naturally Google you. And anytime someone Googles me, feel free. It actually works in my favor because I got a really good Google results page, right? And so that works in my favor. And now they're in the funnel, and then they become clients with ease because they feel like they can trust me. I also do a lot of video interviews of clients who have finished their products. So there's about maybe 20 to 25 interviews with inventors who finished their products that have worked with us. Nothing is better than someone who is an inventor who holds their product up and say, hey, she helped me build this thing. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And that only happens via video.
Okay, so first things first. Well, the last thing you stated.
I get flat.
No, it's good. It's good. So the last thing you stated was actually brought up yesterday with the second guest we had, Sharon Sheldon. And we talked about she was utilizing, she called it success stories, same thing that's here. It's video testimonials. And those of you guys who are watching, I am a strong proponent. There's no type of video more powerful than video testimonials. Whether you're just getting started, been in the business, you can never have too many video testimonials. And the mere fact that you're doing that is huge because it's, it's one thing to be great and help produce results, but people don't want you talking about yourself. They see you as like you're showboating, whatever, showing off, whatever. But when someone else is talking about how great you are, the experience, the results, in your case, the invention and helping them build this new life for them or make their dreams come true, because that's evidently, that's pretty much what an inventor in my mind is are these dreamers, and you're able to make their dream come true is huge. And so by utilizing that is huge. And those of you guys who are watching, I hope you paid attention to what Donteacia was saying. She just kind of pretty much laid out a blueprint for you guys when you're doing video, getting started with paid traffic, creating content specific, then retargeting those who watch a certain part of that video to get them to an offer. In her case, she stated it's a webinar. So getting people onto a web class of some sort, and then that's where she's going to pitch an offer or extend an offer to them to come into their world and become a part of her program.
And the great thing about that retargeting is the retargeting is actually a video also. And in that retargeting video, I said, hey, you've been watching me. I know you've been watching me because I'm watching you watch me, right? I got something for you. I know these 3 to 5 minute videos are not enough, so I have a full 90-minute training to give you everything that you need to take you through the entire process. So even the retargeting is like a video where I'm like, hey, you, I know you're watching me because I'm watching you watch me, right? And so then they're like, wait, who, me? What? Okay. And it becomes like a two-way conversation with someone without actually being in front of them. Yeah, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah. yeah, if you guys are wondering, like, hey, I just saw this, or how do they know? It's called retargeting. That's what companies and different entrepreneurs out there are doing. It's called retargeting. They're
Mhm.
following you around based on your behavior online, and so yeah, that's how we know you watching us. And I just love that you also shared with us briefly, like the cost of how much it dropped for
Yeah.
you guys. Like, video ads are the cheapest form. Can't express that enough. And how, I mean, when you were telling me, like, from I think you said $2 or something to pennies, like, that's a huge drop. So
Yeah.
so if you're looking to save, or people are like, oh no, it's expensive, no, there are ways to make it manageable if you have a certain budget. And just in my mind, use video, but
Yeah.
live video too, because
Yeah.
Facebook loves live video, and then you're putting dollars behind it. It makes it take
Yeah.
off. It makes it take off.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Like there, and like we talked about the other day, we talked about the watch parties, which is like live, right? So let's say there's a video you pre-recorded, but because you didn't feel comfortable doing it live, put that in your group, make it a watch party, and then Facebook lets you actually go live inside the watch party video, or you can just sit there and interact with them in the chat, right? So they still feel connected as you're talking. You're interacting with them, so it's almost like a simulated live, right? Because the video is playing, there's a party going on, which I love watch party, but like that name. There's a party going on, and now you're interacting with them and answering their questions. So they feel that even though you're not physically live on the screen, you're live chatting. And so they still feel connected. So I feel like for people who are afraid to get in front of the camera and go live, I'm not one of those people. I believe the camera loves me. I love the camera. Hello, camera. I love you. So I'm not one of those people, right? But for people who are afraid, like pre-record it, and then just like they even let you do the what is it called, Monique, where they let you publish it like live, to where on your business page you put the video up
Oh,
and it's like, do you want to publish it?
Premiere.
And so it
Yes.
shows up as live. So it actually notifies people that the video is live, but it's not. So we actually did that with one of our testimonials because she
That's
couldn't show up for the live slot.
sure.
So we pre-recorded it and then we put it on Premiere so it showed live, and then I interacted in the comments with everyone, right? Because I wanted to test it out. So there's all kind of ways you can utilize video if you're shy or if you're not shy. But for me, I know for a fact, anytime I get on video, anytime I post a video, anytime I go live, I always make money. There's never been a time where I've posted a video or I've gone live and I haven't gotten a credible lead or referral from someone and money has not come out. There has never been a time, which is why I should do it more often, which is like the perfect case for doing it more often, right?
Mm-hmm. And which
So
you will, because you're gonna have people engaging in there, and it's 2020. We got them goals and all that other stuff.
yes, we have a team to help with said live videos because I am but a one person with
Mm-hmm.
a very large company. So, but no, I'm team video and I'm team Monique. Like, there's so much I've learned from you. Just like video over the last 2 years, because we're coming up on our 2 year anniversary, girl.
I
So just
know.
last 2 years, I didn't really use video before as much because I didn't know much about it. Like, I didn't have a camera and a mic until you said, "Hey guys, here's some things you should purchase," and I was like, "Oh, a camera and a mic. That makes sense, right?"
Right.
So like, there's just so much that I've learned. Like, even if I'm not active in your traffic lab, like, you post so much good stuff. When I'm trying to figure out what to talk about on video, I'll be like, what did Monique say this week we should talk about? And I'll go over and I'll get like topic ideas, right? Because they're like, talk about somebody that's a celebrity in the industry that's done something that you find entertaining or interesting. So now I don't have to talk about me at all.
Nope.
I feel like, hey, did you see what Damon John did at this thing? And he's a shark, right? And so now people, or did you see what Ray J did with Raycon and, the Scooty bike? And like, he's an inventor. He has a multi-million-dollar company now because of his inventions. And so we're able to use like little topics like that and those ideas. So I am forever grateful for our connection and our friendship because you've been helping me make money, girl. Profit. So I'm with it. I love anyone who helps me make money.
Oh, most definitely. And thank you for sharing such kind words. No, but seriously, guys, I hope you're paying attention to what Donteacia said. I'm actually going to take what you said. I knew about the premiere feature, but you're right. If for some reason you want to go live to get started, how about you start premiering videos and simulate that you're going live? Watch parties is where it's at, guys. If you're watching this 2020, do the watch parties. So do watch parties like she just described. It's literally an experience. Think about it, and this is how the whole premise. You know how like movie theaters from time to time they'll say, "Hey, we're gonna bring Star Wars. Come watch it live here," and then it's kind of like a watch party. Well, that's the whole kind of idea or concept behind this. So any public video, so whether it's any videos you've created or someone else, they have to be public videos. They can be live or pre-recorded video, and you can have what you call a queue. And you can just start selecting different videos or things you want to showcase. Like, for instance, on Tisa, what I can even just say from just what you're in your space is having like audits, like picking specific videos and say, hey guys, this is why you can't do this, or this idea isn't patentable, or this is how you should pitch it, or this is how you should market it, you know, things like that. And viewers are able to suggest certain videos as well that they would want to include in the queue to go over. So you can literally make it a whole experience. I know it's actually really common in the direct selling network marketing space. There's a lot of those individuals who are in that space. They utilize watch parties all of the time, and even just like we were talking about this, Donteacia, with our good friend Ernest. Just doing replays of your live videos and making it come back and making it more relevant again. So you could use it to repurpose content as well.
Yeah, like a series. So like, for instance, when I did the video series, like 5 of those videos were about patents, right? And so putting all 5 of those videos in a watch party and say, hey, for the next 20 minutes, we're going to watch videos that I've done about patents, and I'm going to answer questions that you have. So instead of me having to go do another video, we can talk about the videos I've already done, right? And get information. But like what I really enjoy, which is a really good idea, which you kind of pressed upon, is we did commercials, right? So people post their commercials on their page. And so people were trying to figure out how to like promote different things. And I would see these wacky products come up, like over the top videos, and like some of them are really bad. And so I did a watch party where we looked at like 7 Facebook commercials, right? That from products that people had posted. And we talked about like people will buy anything. It was like this one product, they had like 1 million people who had watched it, and like all thousands of comments. And I'm like, I know they made at least 6 figures on this one video. And it only went for like 3 or 4 days, but it was viral, right? Because it was so absurd. It was such an absurd product. It was a gun, but like a water gun for flies, to kill flies. It was so over the top and so unnecessary. So like a fly swatter is not enough, apparently. Apparently, if you want to kill a fly, you need to shoot it.
Actually, I want that. I can't stand flies. No, the mere fact that I can shoot it and like drown it, yes, I would buy that. I would.
People will buy anything. So we had like 7 commercials that were over the top, and we analyzed them together and was like, what made this video great? What made this video, like this product commercial, not great? And we talked about different ways to promote your product visually via video. And so that was a really great way to have a watch party. And so even though I wasn't selling anyone anything, I was again solidifying my authority. So when it comes time to sell something, they're like, this girl knows what she's talking about. So yeah, and I do. I think I'm the best at what I do. I don't think anybody is better. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, you're one of a kind. I've yet to, well, actually, I feel like I've met some people, but to be honest, I feel like they're BSing or kind of playing around with it. And you, my friends, are the business, for real. And and a true person who, because I meet people where they're like, oh, I have this invention or this great idea. Like you said, they're paranoid. They're like, but I can't let you see. I can't really tell you. You got to sign this non disclosure, blah, 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 blah. But I met you in person, guys. She is real. She's an
Very
inventor,
real.
and then she's teaching other
Very
people how to be successful with their inventions and have their dreams come true. I think that's truly an amazing, like, world citizen of you to be doing this. Seriously, I'm not even just
I feel like what we're doing is something that's going to have the kind of global impact that will change the way we use products in this world, right? Because we're creating new products, we're creating solutions and making life easier and better for people. And so I actually know that what I'm doing on a larger global scale, especially once we hit like 10,000 inventors and a million, which is the goal, right? A million new innovative products. There's no way you can impact the world with, not impact the world when you have a million new products. And people, I mean, I get these phone calls, and I've talked to, we've talked to over 800 inventors. People are crying on the phone because this is the thing that they feel is going to change their life. Or a lot of the products that they have are solutions to problems that like are serious for them. Like some of them have health issues, and this product actually makes their life better, right? Like we have one person who has something for the elderly because she goes in, she's a home health aide. So she created a product that allows her to like wash their hair in a way that doesn't hurt their neck and their back and their legs. So now they can get taken care of in senior citizen homes without it actually hurting them, to be pampered and to be treated. Right. So like that's a huge thing, right? And then we got someone on the other end of the spectrum who has a product that identifies cancer cells during surgery. So it's like these are world-changing ideas, and then some are just like, this makes it easier for me to be a mom, right? Like this special sippy cup, this special cup that does this thing. So it's just they're all over the place, and so I think I have the best job in the world, honestly, because I get to breathe life into people's dreams, and at the same time change how the world is doing things. So it'll get better than what I do.
I love it. I hope that's like your slogan: breathe life into people's dreams for Creation Nation. No, seriously, because that was great.
It is definitely a part of what I say when I talk about myself.
Okay. That's part of her elevator pitch, guys. AKA that's part of her elevator pitch, if you guys are wondering.
it is a part of it. It is a standard sentence.
I love it. I love it. So my last question to you is this. Well, it's kind of a two-part question. For someone who they know video is the way to go. In fact, they love our interviews so much. They're like, all right, I'm ready. I want to do what Donteacia is doing. I love what she shared with us. But they're still just kind of stuck. Like they're a complete newbie to video. What would be one thing that you would share with them to help them get started?
So I would tell them to go to Michael Jr.'s on YouTube and to watch his why video. That's the first thing I would tell them to do. It's a 3-minute video that I actually include in my program because I feel like that video is probably one of the most impactful videos I've ever watched. And to just give you a quick overview, he pulls someone out of the audience. He's a comedian, clean comedian. He pulls someone out of the audience and he has them sing Amazing Grace, right? He's like, just sing it. So the guy sings it. So then he says, sing it like you at a funeral, your Uncle Junior just died. Like the people are hungry, they can't eat until you sing this song. So he sings it again. But the way he sings it the second time, like makes everybody like cry and stand up. And it's the same song, same guy. The only difference is he understood why he was singing it that second. And so what Michael Jr. says is when you understand your why, your what isn't as important, right? And so if you understand why you're doing something, then how, like the platform in which you deliver it doesn't become as scary, right? Because it's like if I need to get in front of, and this is something my aunt said to me before she passed, because I was telling her I wasn't really happy with how well, I didn't feel like we were doing enough to reach as many inventors. And she was like, well, if you're only talking to 100 people, you're going to get the same results. She was like, you got to get in front of 1 million people. And the way to get in front of 1 million people right now for me is via video. Like I'm talking to you, and right now while I'm talking to you, there's probably 50 people watching videos of me. And that's on the low end. It's probably closer to 100 people watching videos of me. And so if you know your why, I have my why down. We talked about it. All the what channels are the things I'm putting together now. And video is one of those channels. But watch that Michael Jr. video. It's gonna change your whole life. And then determine what's the first thing you want to talk about. Just start simple. Like, why is it important to do this thing? That's the easiest question. Why is it important to build an invention? Why is it important to do video for your business? Why is it important to have a second stream of income? Why is it important for you to become a doula? Why? Like, it's really easy, right? Why is it important to? And then put your thing at the end. Pre-record it because you're scary. I get it. And then post the video. And then don't log off social media for the next 24 hours because you're going to be terrified. That's a very, very real thing. Like, I wonder how people are going to react. You're going to be tempted to delete it if no one likes it or says anything in the first 20 minutes. Log off, go do some yoga, some meditation, go work out, come back the next day, and then watch how many people say that you're awesome and great. Like, I'm telling you, that first one is the scariest one. You got to log off. Because if you sit here and analyze how someone reacts in the first 20 minutes, you're going to feel really stupid and feel really bad. Like, for real.
Yeah. Okay. First off, mic drop. That was I'm asking everyone, and this is no offense to all of my previous guests, that was the best suggestion ever. Well, first of all, I've never heard of this this Michael Jr. the video. I normally tell people to watch Simon Sinek's Start With Why TED Talk, so I'm definitely going to check out that video. Number two, guys, your first videos too, and I'm sure Donteacia can attest to this, they're going to suck or not be like your best performance. Yeah. It's going to take practice, okay? Mm-hmm. So I just want to say that. And I love what Donteacia expressed, saying, walk away, walk away, log off, and come back, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Yeah. That's what I like to say. So thank you for sharing that. And then part two of the question is kind of flipping it. Mm-hmm. Say it's someone who's done video, or kind of dabble with it, but they're like, it doesn't work for me, or they quit because maybe they were one of those who sat there for the first 20 minutes and weren't liking the results or the ROI. What can you give them as a piece of advice to continue, or letting people know that they can take their business to the next level if they start doing video?
So there's a belief in politics, which is my previous life, that the first 100 days are the only days that matter. In any new job, any administration, the first 100 days, right? Anything outside, nothing matters until you've done the work for 100 days. If you haven't done it for 100 days, you don't have enough data. You don't have enough, support. You don't have enough reason to walk away or to keep going. So my advice is to post videos for 100 days. Even if it's not collectively back to back, if it's once a week, then that's what, 7-8 videos, 12 videos. That's 12 videos, right? So if you're posting them once a week, that's about 12-13 videos.
Yep.
One video a week over 100 days. Give it 100 days. Nothing. The data isn't relevant. There's no statistical data until you've done something for 100 days. And it's gonna, and by the 100th day, you'll be so much better at it, to where people are gonna respond one way or the other. They're gonna tell you to stop, right? Like, they'll either tell you to stop, they won't tell you to stop, they won't respond. But just keep going. I think the best example of this is my mentor, Paul Carrick Brunson. Some of you may know him. He's amazing. He's on USA Today. He did a matchmaking show with Oprah Lovetown. He was like the #1 matchmaker in the world. It's a really close friend of mine. The reason he was actually picked up for Lovetown, he now does Celebs Go Dating over in London. He's the host for that television show. This is his 3rd season. The reason he was picked up for Oprah Lovetown is because he was making these YouTube videos about matchmaking. And he was posting the YouTube videos, and it had like 10 views. He'd say all 10 was his mama, watching it over and over again. And a producer, an associate producer for Oprah, saw one of his videos, thought that he looked great on camera and that he understood the topic. And so they brought him in to do Lovetown. His first big television break was with Oprah because he posted a video series on YouTube about dating and matchmaking, and nobody was watching it. He was like, no one's watching it except for the person who needed to see it. Right? So don't count the video views. Like, people, I say this all the time, you need to get likes so you can get money. I don't chase likes. I chase money.
As our good friend Danielle Leslie says, she says likes and hearts or something don't buy, but customers buy. It's true.
Exactly. I'm like, you can get likes so you can get money, right? And so you want to make sure that you're putting out quality content because the person that you need to reach will see it. Like, you just got to believe that and leave everything else, to be. That's me. That's what I got.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness.
I love interviews. I like being on this side of the interview seat. Like, I love doing interviews. Like, I don't typically, I love giving them.
Well, guys, that's an open invitation. If you need, look, let's help Donteacia with her goal of reaching 1 million people. If you want to interview her, reach out to her, and yeah, invite her on and interview her. It doesn't even have to be something like this live. It could be a regular call or something that you record and do a watch party with it, premiere it, whatever it is, taking Donteacia's advice, and then put some Facebook ads behind it and push it to an offer, and boom, it's a whole ecosystem for you working all just with interviewing Donteacia. That's all you gotta do.
And there's some credibility that comes along with interviewing me also, right? So it's like, if you want to boost your credibility, hey, use my credibility to boost your credibility. It goes both ways. Like, we can boost each other. So no, this has been great, Mo. Like, listen, what you're doing is amazing. I think that I'm so happy to see you like out here really, really, really on it, getting this video message in front of people, because there are so many entrepreneurs that don't know what to do when it comes to generating more leads. And we hear all of the funnels and all of the things out there, and it's confusing and it's overwhelming. The one thing that is easy to understand is if you turn a camera on and you press play, someone's going to watch it. It doesn't get simpler than that, right? And so, like, you need to like put that in your slogan somewhere.
I wish I had those, on the radio, those sound effects, bang, 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 like pressing the buttons and the explosion.
You need to work that into it. The one thing is for certain, if you push play, someone's gonna watch it, and that's guaranteed, right? So I love what you're doing. I love that you push me constantly to get in front of the camera and do video, because I'm a person who likes to sit in my little corner over here and just work at my computer and build things. And Nicole's like, you need to do a video and tell people what you're building. I'm like, but I just want to build it. She's like, you need to do a video.
And I'm about to see you at the end of the month, so I'm going to be pushing you.
Yes.
More. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So those guys who are watching this live or on the replay, hopefully you enjoyed this interview. Again, very unique guest today thus far in our whole series of Ignite Your Video Lifestyle Success series. We have Donteacia Seymore from Creation Nation, who's an inventor who wants to breathe life into people's dreams and help 1 million people on this earth, which is freaking amazing. So we are wrapping up this video, this particular interview. Tomorrow is our last guest, Maruja Murphy, at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. She's a very, very special individual and friend as well. So I'm just introducing you guys to my friends. I know some people out here, okay? So it's time to showcase them, and just want to share with you guys, when you surround yourself with amazing people, you'll get amazing things done. And so this is just my whole intention about not only pushing down your throat, you need to do more video, but to showcase the amazing people out there who are utilizing it personally for their business. So with that said, thank you so much, guys, who are watching this, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.